set to go. Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from the Superdome. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So a solid return to the 50.
A big return to start the game. So now the defense almost has to treat this like a sudden change of possession. They've got to go out on the field and be aware that that offense, they may come at them in a big way.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno. Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And as your game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain. So they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself...
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Jamal Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone, how about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves. Stick it in the end zone on a running play.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Back to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Second and 4. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
10 more there and another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Demario Davis there on the stop.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, now Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part catches catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Carr. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Five yards remain on second down.
To throw, it's Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, 30 yards.
And the Saints have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
They go play action here on first down.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A moment momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
Oh, he shifts past him.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Second and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Mac Hollins from 8 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Derek Carr back out for his guys' next possession. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10.
Here's Carr. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it in a double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Carr now on first down. He gets it to Thomas.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 41, Carr. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Carr.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Now Carr. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Falcons. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They're down here in the third quarter trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man, it's London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Carr.
That one complete downfield to Thomas. On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown.
Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Our attention shifts back to Desmond Ridder in this offense.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. And the ball never hits the ground there either.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On first down, Carr.
There's Chris Olave. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Carr.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call, quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And Miller with it over the middle. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Second and 4. Finding Miller once more, complete.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Pass caught, Miller. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Falcons.
Scotty Miller.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert, and then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted, so many things to go through.
So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. To throw, Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, or both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.